Could you take me to Mount Splashmore? No, it's a fictional place. Folks, I need to turn my headphones down and then I'll be right with you. I'm normally super conscious of starting a broadcast like this with anything other than positivity, but I just need to get a couple little things out of the way. Whilst I open Cubase in the background, and the fact that I don't have Cubase open already is probably an indicator that I am losing my damn mind. I'm thought I was over a cold. Apparently not. Apparently it's big. It's back bigger and badder than ever. Which is a pain in the ass. Sorry, just making a project file. I thought I was over this thing. So if I sort of glaze over or start to fall asleep during the stream, that's exactly why. I'm not at the top of my game at the moment, so yeah, soz about that. Thing 2, I've recently updated. Hi, my name's Liam Taylor. This is a music stream. Thing 2. I've recently played around with the audio setup because it was doing that really annoying glitchy thing where you'd go deaf. Well, we all, if you were listening with headphones, we'd all go deaf for a few seconds every now and again for no reason, which is really unpleasant. I think I fixed that. If I haven't fixed it, I've certainly found a workaround. But the end result is that there's a little bit more background noise and like the audio isn't quite as leveled as I would like it to be. I'm pretty sure it was an old rack compressor limiter unit that was causing this problem. So we're trying out a slightly different setup in terms of the audio, and I think that ultimately us not losing half our hearing intermittently is the way to achieve that. So sorry if there's a little bit more background noise than normal. That is why. Thing 3. Yes, that's all the complainy stuff out the way. Thing 3. This is a sponsored stream. I was sent a license for this software, Infinitone DMT, which is essentially allows for microtuning and blending and transitioning between different tuning temperaments, which is really exciting, really fun. I think Jacob Collier uses this as well, and I was really chuffed that the folks reached out to me and they sent me a license for this and basically said you can have it if you talk about it on a stream, so happily. So I want to preface that I've been using this software on and off. I've dedicated hours to sit down and try and get my head properly around it. I haven't achieved that because there is so much in here, and there is so much in the world of microtuning that we in traditional Western popular music just haven't explored. So I've really struggled to get to grips with everything in this piece of software, and I'm just not going to be able to show everything because I don't understand everything. There's some really cool stuff in there that I really enjoy, and I find a lot of joy in creating with. You see what I mean? I'm not great with words today. I really like this software is what I'm getting at, but I haven't even scratched the surface of what it's capable of. So because of that, and because I'm not feeling 100% today, this piece of software will be coming back. I'm 100% going to be using this in my personal life, in my professional music making life, and it will come up again on these streams. Those streams will not, technically speaking, be sponsored streams. This one is, technically speaking, if you want to get technical. If you want to speak in a technical manner, then that. I feel like that's covered everything. The chaps at Infinitone haven't told me what to say about the software, so I'm under no obligation to tell you that I like it when I don't. The only obligation I have is to do a stream that features it quite heavily. So if I tell you I like it, it's because I like it. And I think you folks watching know that I don't do a lot of sponsored streams, and if I do feature a piece of software, it's because I genuinely use it. You will sometimes watch me use a piece of software that I haven't used before, and if I don't like it, I will say so then and there. But if I actually get given something, I'll try it out. If I like it, then we'll progress to the doing a sponsored stream type thing. I think I have turned down software in the past because I just didn't get it or get the point, or it just wasn't really for me. So this is not that situation. This is a situation where I actually like the thing. I feel like that's everything. It feels like I've been talking forever. My throat is starting to give out. That's a really good sign. Let's load up. Let's have a little bit of a look here. So the way Infinitone works is not the way that most audio plugins work. It's a little bit, it's not janky, it's just different. It feels janky when you first load it up, because for me this was the first time I've ever had to use a piece of software in this way, so it feels a bit like I've got to plug that into that, what the hell? But it makes perfect sense. So we're going to go, oh hey Miles, how's it going? We're going to create, let's say for the moment we're just going to create Hallian Sonic, and the reason I'm using Hallian Sonic will become apparent in a second. So I'm loading up one instance of Hallian Sonic, and I'm going to load up the lo-fi piano instrument. And the reason I'm using that is because it's nice and lo-fi. It's got that weird pitchiness to it. It feels like exactly the kind of thing that you might do some microtonal weirdness with in kind of a lo-fi hip-hop sort of capacity. So I'm going to call that lo-fi piano, because that's what it is. And then we're going to load up another instance, this time of Infinitone DMT. We're going to let that load. And this interface does the thing that I like a whole lot. If you've watched previous streams, it's scalable. Why aren't they all scalable? Right? So I'm just going to put that there for a second and leave it alone. I'm going to make these two a little bigger so they take up most of this space. Wonderful. So we have the lo-fi piano and we have an instance of Infinitone DMT. That is because you don't load up an instance of Infinitone DMT and make sound with it. You route, if you say, for example, we want to play the keyboard here, I'm going to route this keyboard into Infinitone DMT, and then that is what's going to control the lo-fi piano. You dig? So, for example, what we need to do, not for example, what am I saying? This lo-fi piano, we're going to change from all MIDI inputs to Infinitone DMT. And we're going to, do we need to do anything else to that, I think? I think we need to tell Infinitone DMT, oh yeah, sorry, that's the output, not the input. So this is going to go out to, nope. This is the thing, I've done this ass backwards, haven't I? That's not going to go out to Infinitone DMT. That needs to come from... Oh, okay. This is exactly why I'm going to have to do more Infinitone streams anyway, because the brain isn't working. I've done this a few times. I do know what I'm doing. I missed a crucial step. You can learn from my mistakes. If we open this up, this doesn't have anything loaded into it currently, so it's not going to do anything. I'm going to go up here to load a preset for the moment. I'm just going to grab Chords, Tetradic, one of these. And I've chosen something that I sort of deliberately don't really know what it's going to do. So we'll close that for a second. So let's try this again. Infinitone DMT. So that if we have record up, there we go. Okay, so I was right the first time. Don't come at me. What you need to do is load up your instrument. You need to load up a second instrument with Infinitone DMT. And then you need to take the output of Infinitone DMT and plug that into whatever instrument you want to be controlled by it. And you achieve that by this little MIDI input thing here. You see that right in the corner? That needs to be Infinitone DMT. Now, when you just play on the track, it doesn't do anything. You need to have this record enabled and this track selected. So this track selected, this one record enabled. Ooh. There we go. They both need to be record enabled, excuse me. So, what does it do? Ordinarily, the lo-fi piano would be, you know, chromatic, tuned to Western music. One of the things you'll notice is that the black notes on the keyboard don't do anything, while the white notes do. So what Infinitone does is it basically, rather than letting your instrument be controlled by by traditional Western tuning temperaments, it retunes everything to whatever you tell it to. So you've got various presets inside of here. What did I choose? I think I went into the Chords and then Tetradic, and you can see that each of these then has further options, and then inside each of those you have, well, this one goes up to 64 different types of tuning. So what I want you to notice is when I play the keyboard, I want you to notice that we have these little dots that appear above these notes up here. These are our notes. So we actually only have 4 notes to play with. So what's that? If so we start D down here. Those are our octaves. So chords are actually played, well, chords if you're doing like triads would be like that, which I quite like. And it's so interesting. It's, for me, loading it up and working like this was kind of like the first time you experiment with an open tuning on a guitar or any stringed instrument. You try a different tuning, and you just kind of got to just work it out. You've just got to strum the open strings. What happens when I play the 3rd fret, 5th fret? What happens if I try to play Smoke on the Water? What happens if I try to play chords in the normal way? How does it sound? Oh, it doesn't work. So what's the closest thing I can do that resembles a chord in the way that I'm used to playing it? And then you kind of work outwards from there. That's really nice. I can't tell you what those pitches are, but I can tell you I really like them. Let's try another one of these. That's also very nice. Let's try another one. And I think the... What are these other lines up here? I think those are the other tunings that are available here. Yeah, looks like it. I'm actually going to go into the lo-fi piano settings and see. I'm just going to turn off flutter just so the pitch is not got that little vibrato to it. So you might be thinking exactly what I was thinking when I first got this, that the easiest thing to do, the easiest way to show this off is to create some lo-fi hip-hop style beats, because they're, you know, that style is all about kind of degraded sounds, really wide vibratos, kind of analog distortion, time worn cassette tapes, that whole thing, and getting like warble and filter and compression and saturation and just like really rolling sounds. So that's going to be kind of like, not to sound what's the word, not to kind of sound arrogant about the whole thing, but like I think doing a lo-fi type thing is going to be the sort of entry level microtonal thing to try, which is where I'm at in terms of microtonal stuff. Let me just show you really quickly. Well, let's play through a couple other things in here, and then we'll start to make something. So what if we go to like a 7-tone gradient scale? How does that look? Let's load up this first one. So it's an octave in the normal way. Oh, are these... I think these down here, these lines underneath, the coloured lines, I think that's where the pitches would be in a normal Western temperament. So if this is kind of close to a major scale, I guess. So the tonic is the same. C is a C is a C is a C. Our 2 is kind of sharp there. Yeah, it does sound it. Our 3rd is kind of sharp. Yeah, our 4th is where the 4th should be. Our 5th is... that might be a tiny bit sharp, but I'm going to say... yeah, that feels right. Our 6th is a bit sharp, and our 7th is quite a bit sharp. It's really pretty. So let's try out another one at least. Let's scroll down a little bit. Okay, so... so our tonic is a tonic. The 2 is just a flat 2. Oh, these are all pretty much... oh, that's just a normal Phrygian mode, I think. What about this one? So this is Phrygian, except the flat 2 is slightly sharp, the minor 3rd is slightly sharp. The The 5 is okay. It's a -6 that is slightly sharp, and it's a -7 that is slightly sharp. So that's nice for some kind of Phrygian style stuff. And what's really hurting my head at the moment is knowing that I'm playing a minor mode, but I'm not using any of the black notes at all, because they just don't do anything. It's really pretty. What's this? That sounds a lot like... That's kind of Phrygian dominant, I think. That's, again, really pretty. Let's try out another tunings, Harmonic Series. Oops, excuse me. Harmonic Series, Genesis. Yeah. So, what is this? So we start off with just... Okay. So this is our audible range. It's just C's. So then that's... Okay, so this is our root notes, and that goes up in octaves. This is a fifth. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, this is a fifth lower, and then it goes down in octaves. Okay, that's a really weird order. Let's go all the way up here and see what we have. That's interesting. So if you want to do any kind of weirdly tuned, I don't know, prepared piano type stuff, or you want to get some of those really kind of shrieky staccato strings for horror movies, this might be the thing to use. I'm going to be really upfront. I'm really confused by what's going on up here. There's something to that, but I'm struggling to work out what the application for that is. There's clearly something going on here that I don't get. Let's try O-tonal. Alrighty. Ooh. Oh, we have sharps as well. Ooh. That's pretty dope. So we've got our black notes back as well. Very cool. Let's try another one of these out. That one's kind of hard to discern, but you can sort of tell there's something interesting going on there. So we've kind of talked about this for about 20 minutes now. Let's pick something maybe tetradic. Cool. And I want to show you really quickly in my opinion, the coolest feature of Infinitone DMT. We have the ability to morph between two different tunings. So if I choose that first one there, that we quite like, and I'm going to choose another one, the one directly beneath it, we can use this to morph between the two scales. Now, there's a feature of DMT where you can essentially bend a note by doing this. I haven't been able to work out how. I've been able to do that sometimes, but I can't work out which of my instruments actually does this, so that's something I need to chase up. I know there's a few settings I need to tweak in particular synths, but I don't seem to have options. I don't seem to have access to those settings, which is a bit of a pain, but I will look into that and hopefully show you that in the future. So we can kind of play a note and hear how it changes over time. We can play a little sequence. So I'm playing the same few notes. Sorry, it's sort of hard to visualize, isn't it? I'm playing the same close cluster of notes. Which I really like that feature. So what we're going to do is make a little piano loop that does pretty much what I just played. We're at about 97 BPM. We might go even slightly slower, 90. There we go. Let's make a little loop here. So of course we're writing it with Infinitone DMT, but it's going to be played by lo-fi piano. So I'm just going to write in 1, 2, 3, 4. Da 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 da. We're going to go an octave higher, in fact. Now inside of here, we are going to automate the morph, amount. There it is. So every time it's played, it's going to be a different tuning, essentially. Going to do this and then one more there. Nice. In fact, I'm going to bring that slightly before that note just to ensure it gets there. Yeah, that's nice. So that's nice and dusty. I like that a lot. Stick a bit more reverb on there. That's the other thing I tried. Something that sounds real cool is if you keep the sustain pedal on. So the sustain pedal isn't going to, in this instance, pitch change. It's just going to sustain the notes as they were played. So you get a real sort of spooky kind of sound. Because even while you're playing this new tuning, you're still getting the sustained notes from this tuning. Yeah. Very cool. So now that stopped playing because I took the control off. I unrecord enabled it, which is a pain in the butt. So what we're going to do actually is just take that. We're just going to loop this sample a whole bunch. So I'm going to options, audio mix down. We're going to do a wave, and it's going to be created a new audio track. Piano bounce. Yeah. So we're just going to bounce that back. So we've achieved the microtonal oddness. It's actually, microtonal is probably not accurate at this point. It's probably just different tuning. And actually that's slightly behind, isn't it? So I'm going to pull that forward a little bit. Oops. There we go. I see what's happened. It's come through at the wrong sample rate. Duh. I'm just going to change the settings on this project. That's the easy way to do that. Let's put this back. Not that it really matters now that we've exported it, but here we go. Let's try that. That's nice. So I'm actually just gonna loop that the once. No, actually, I'll do a two bar phrase, like so. I'm going to put that at the end again. Loop that a few more times. And I'm just going to do something to get like a little bit of structure here. Yeah, something a little bit like that. And then how long is that? 3, but that's like a normal song length. That's pretty wild. For a lo-fi track, it's pretty wild to have something over 3 minutes. So we've got that there. Let's put in a little beat, and then I think we'll maybe use Infinitone again to come up with something something kind of bassy and something kind of lead-y. And the reason I'm using Infinitone to do that again is because we're in a whole different tuning temperament. I don't want to have to tune some sort of bass instrument, you know? Let's go. I want to use Groove Agent because I want to know if it's possible to load in some of the samples that we found a couple weeks ago, remember? Let's find out, in fact. If we go loops and samples, and then we go into the Lo-Fi Dreams. So we've got some drum loops. I kind of just want single hits, really. Let's go. Yeah, hi-hats. Can I just load it in? So, because I've loaded a new track, it's assumed that I want it to be controlled by Infinitone again, which I do not. Better. We're going to load in a few different hi-hats. Nice. And then I think we want... Oh, these kicks are pitched, which I suppose is fine. use that one. I'm just going to use that one. And some kind of... Yeah, that'll do. Yeah. Some oddness and something that kind of resembles a snare. Yeah. That's quite nice. I'm going to take that and I'm going to pitch that way down. And that one a little bit too. Cool. Let's put that all together in a little beat of some kind. Here we go. Let's try that kind of pattern. Yeah. Yeah, that works for me. I kind of want these to also be lower in velocity. Can we layer those drums together, I wonder? And maybe stick some of these hi-hats together as well. Yeah. That's quite nice. Let's smush that together a little bit. So we're going to start with the Monster Drums preset. I'm going to bring down the low a little bit. And the high a bit as well. Perhaps not that much. Nice. And then we're going to smush it a bit more. And then let's go a little bit of distortion in there as well. Bit too much on the low end. Oh, actually. I quite like that. Do we need to be there instead? Just thinking about the phrasing of that pattern. Nah. And I think we do that twice and then the beat comes in. So I'm just going to repeat that an ass load. And then I'm going to repeat it an ass load here as well. We're going to come up with another pattern for this section. Cool. We're going to come up with a little bit of a effect. We're just going to do a crap load of reverb essentially. So we're going to do a little bit of EQ there. And then just a lot of reverb. Nice. Have that about -6. Let's just do a bit of panning on those drums. If I can work out how. Oops. You can see how often I use Groove Agent, can't you? Can I really not? Okay. Pan, there it is, okay. So where is that? That's mostly on the right hand side already, so we're just going to shove it off to the right even more. That one's slightly on the right as well. That's a little bit on the right. And that's going to go on the left. Which am I actually using? Cool, that'll do for the moment. We're going to separate those snares a tiny bit as well. Cool, so we got a little beat in there as well. Now we kind of want to think about any other sort of melody. So let's open up another instrument. Let's go. Do we go bass? Yeah, let's do bass because I think bass is going to be nice and simple. We don't want to break anything, we just want to have some nice bass, you know. So we're going to go Retrolog. We're going to go Triangle Wave. And we're going to make it mono. That's quite nice. I have no idea how much that's carrying through on stream. Nice. And that's going to be controlled by Infinitone as well. So we're going to go all MIDI inputs, all MIDI inputs Infinitone. And we're just going to copy. Oh wait, no we're not, because that's in the Infinitone track, isn't it? So that's almost what we want. I'm just going to shove that over there for the moment. And in fact, we're going to work on this over here. I'm going to copy that phrase. I quite like it. That's weirdly squished up, hasn't it? Very strange. There we go. So then, what kind of pattern do we want? So that in its most basic form, we don't need the sustain there, do we? We could just have this. But lower. Not like that. Oh yeah, because it's 4 notes. One more, I think. F. I think we need a little bit less release there. Interesting. Is that sustain pedal still in there? No. Very strange. Maybe I need to actively turn sustain off. I don't know why I would. Maybe I do. There it is. Ooh. Lights flickered. That's fun. Let's do another pattern there. Something slightly more complex. Down, down. Boom. Yeah, something like that, perhaps. If we lock the tuning up. Let's give that a go. Let's bounce that out and see what we got. So this is going to be mono, in fact. Bass bounce. Bass bounce. Going to let that do. Alrighty. A nice chubby bass. So we're going to shove that here. So we're going to minimize these tracks so we can see everything else a little better. Nice and simple. Right, for that first bit, I might just have like that single bass note. Maybe here as well. Let's send that to the reverb a little bit. Like minus 12 or something, because I find like bass reverb can get a little bit intrusive. I really like that. I want to get another one of them. What's the best way to do that? Duplicate. Excuse me. Yeah, let's export that as well. Bass bounce 2. There it is. Control X. Boom, boom, boom. We're just going to leave that in there, I think. Or maybe we have that in this break. That's nice. Boom. I think then we have this other pattern, the slightly more complex one. Cool. So it gets a little bit monotonous after a few times, doesn't it? But we can add new drum beats, we can change stuff around. So let's maybe work on that a little bit. And then we'll think about maybe something pad-like or something melodic. Yeah, so let's start off. If this is our basic beat, maybe I want to start it off with just the hi-hats and percussion. Everything else like so. Cool. Then let's come up with another beat to have in this section, and then we'll do an abstraction of that for these slightly emptier bits. Maybe that. Yeah, let's maybe do that there, and then we'll have something else in there, something like that. Something slightly more trappy, maybe. I think maybe that's the final one we have, but that's a little too frantic for me. Yeah, I think something like that. Let's shove that along here. And actually that... that one I think actually we want to be higher in pitch. I like that a lot. I'm going to colour these sections in, so we're going to do this as kind of like, we'll do an orange there. This other thing, we're going to do that as more of like a lime green, and then this can be like a darker green. This could be, let's go blue and a lighter blue. And we'll go back to like a lighter blue again, I guess. A different kind of blue. Yeah. So then let's just make another. Yeah, I think that's going to do in terms of percussion for that bit. Lighter blue, I'm also going to copy that and paste it here. Yeah, like that. So it's still going to get a little bit tedious. We've got the same piano hook running throughout, essentially. So I think we need something a little more melodic in there as well. So I think we want another instrument that's controlled by Infinitone. We're going to try out Pad Shop. When it loads. We're going to try yeah, something. That might do. That's pretty weird. Maybe it's a little too weird. Yeah, I think I prefer that. we've got the automation there. If I turn that off. Cool. So we can use that to kind of make chords, I guess. So let's copy a couple of them. And I'm actually going to make these chords much longer than we're actually going to need them to be. For fun purposes, basically. So we're going to... starting on C. Oh, it should be F, actually. We're going to play... what are we going to play? What are our chords going to be? That might be quite nice at some point. I think it was something like that, wasn't it? Oh yeah, that's going to be different to that, isn't it? I think we want those to be held out quite a lot, and those of course need to not be sharps. Cool. So we're going to cut that up. That's going to be first bit of our pad that's going to fit in this kind of section, because that doesn't modulate between these two different tuning temperaments. And then we're also going to do this, which does modulate between the two tuning temperaments. I'm also going to get rid of all that delay and stuff, if I can but find it. Oh yeah, it's the effects panel, probably, because we're going to add in our own EQ and stuff and delay at some point. So I'm just going to do all of that. Nice, that'll do perfectly. So pad bounce. Oh, I do want that to be stereo. Here we go. Lovely stuff. So then that's going to go... That kind of more complex section is going to be here, I think. Nice. And then this other section is going to be in the rest of it. But faster. Still a bit repetitive. So let's, for the first 4 times, just have that first. Yeah. So the pad is interesting. It's not adding a lot, it's just adding depth, kinda, which is fine. We're going to send that to the effects, maybe about -7. This section, the pad, I think is quite important, so we're going to bring that up a little bit. Just so it can kind of take center stage a little bit more, you know? Cool. Let's EQ a tiny bit, because that pad's got a lot of low end in it, doesn't it? That's a bit nicer. A little bit of delay as well, I think. Let's maybe have a couple times around without the other pad. Just that first. Nice. Okay, that's cool. I like that a lot. What else can we do? Oh, in the previous section, those were kind of the full length, weren't they? I guess just to make reasons. Wonderful. Let me just colour these sections in, so it's obvious where they're from. Yeah, that'll do. We can get rid of that track. We can move this up here. Let's try and come up with like a little lead pattern. We're going to use another instance of Retrolog. I'm going to see if I can find like a nice sort of lead type sound. For the moment, I just want to control it with my keyboard, please. Lovely. Synth lead, synth comp. That'll do, I think, maybe. That'll do. Slightly annoying, but I don't mind that. Let's change that to Infinitone. Sorry, having a breakdown. Let's have a little look inside of Infinitone, because there's some cool stuff we haven't even really played with yet. I want to be on the other side of that. Or do I? No, I do want to be up there, don't I? So we've got a whole section here to do with beating, which is essentially about having a second pitch that is almost in tune but not quite, so it creates that kind of beating sensation that is sort of what binaural beats is based around, sort of. Maybe I can't use with that. Right, but what I need to do, in fact, is have a look for, to make sure I'm doing this properly, inside of here. Oh, bugger, how do you do it? How do you find... No, I think I've lost how you find it. VST instruments. No, sorry, bear with me for a second, because there's a specific type of instrument I think we need. Because there's a specific kind of instrument we're looking for. I can never remember. I think it's MPE, but I can't remember how to find the damn things. Because I was sure in my head it was just you load up the media option and they're there, but evidently that is not the case. So I just need to remind myself. I was sure you just did that. Because I thought Retrolog was, I think it's MPE. But I could be wrong. Am I going mad? I think I might actually be going mad. So I just searched MPE and it came up with these two, and this is not how I found the MPE synths before, and it's frustrating because I did this literally yesterday and I can't remember how to do it now, but we'll come back to it because I can't find it apparently, which is a big pain. Actually, hang on, let's try one more thing. You guys wait there, it's fine. I'm going to do this and try to mute it. It's a Squarespace advert, so there you go. Bear that in mind. So instrument track, yeah, that's fine. And then how do you find the other stuff? This is like the world's most engaging synth, I'm sure. The world's most engaging synth, the world's most engaging stream. No, I can't seem to find it. Let's look at one more video, and then I'm just going to give up. This is why I'm going to do more Infinitone streams in the future, because my brain is not working very well today. There are quite a few helpful tutorials on the Infinitone website. It's just that my brain isn't working at the moment. No, it's fine. We'll cope for the moment. So if we have Infinitone loaded up into that synth. Okay, so I've managed to do it in a really ass-backwards, panicky kind of way. But you can kind of hear when I change this slider. I'm playing the same pitch the entire time. So I think we'll maybe... Yeah, we'll do something with the beating, I think. If I maybe change this synth up a little bit, to not be quite so big. Big is a poor choice of words. Why you know? Why you know? Why are you not playing? Oh. I'm an idiot. That's all. It's just that I'm an idiot. Don't worry about that too much. So I want... less attack. And less release, which I've done, and then less delay. So I kind of just want to play one kind of pitch repeating throughout. And have that kind of go up and down, screwing with it essentially. So let's write a little pattern in, and then we'll find out how to automate it. So we'll go da 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 da. And we'll go velocity da 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 da. Where do we start? Yeah, let's do something like that, I think. Make that slightly shorter as well. How does that... Octave higher. So then I want to automate beat. Beat is the thing I want to automate, if I can find that. Let's have a little search for beat. Beating hertz, I guess. It doesn't seem to be affecting it, does it? Maybe it needs to be ratio instead then. Fine. Let's set that to, I think it was 10. Beats. Beating ratio. It's a little annoying, but I kind of like it. We're just going to go real slow into that. Yeah, that's going to do. I don't know if that's going to work within what we're trying to achieve here, but we're definitely going to give it a go. So then we'll call that oddness bounce. Yeah. And then we'll see what we got. Alrighty. I think it's going to be quite an abrasive sound, so we might need to do some tweaking to make it less annoying. Going to split these up a little bit. And then we're just going to automate the volume in and out a little bit of that one. Pretty chaotic, but I quite like it. Cool. Maybe that needs to be slightly fatter. I don't necessarily mean fatter. I just mean the other kind of curve, you know. I also want to put quite a lot of delay on that post fader. So let's do that as well. And because the pad's on the left, the piano's in the right, this is going to stay in the middle, I think. Or piano could go in the middle and this could go on the right. That might make more sense. Yeah, let's do that. I also want to send it to the send. Oh, that needs to be post fader, my bad. Can that be 16th? I think 8th. Nice. And then slow fade in. So it's super weird, but it does just add a little bit of something, doesn't it? So let's have a little listen from the start there, and then we can sort of start to wrap up, I think. Let's have a listen from the start. It's long. I think we need to find a few ways to kind of divide it up a little bit more. For example, I think the oddness, the thing we're just calling oddness, kind of works. I think maybe every other, in that little break, every other one could be significantly lower. I think overall they could be a tiny bit quieter as well. Little things like just freaking out the piano bounce a little bit. So maybe da 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 da. Like so. I'm kind of crossfading them so they're a little gentler. Nice. And then we could maybe do like a reverse of process. Reverse. Yeah, just finding different ways to mix it up a little bit. Yeah, it's a bit weird. Yeah, just little things like that. Like we could introduce glitch to VST or some of the glitchy effects with the finger, stuff like that. I mean, there's a million things we could try out. I think maybe. Hey, Kristen, how's it going? I think we could. I think maybe we could take the, for example, the oddness out a little bit. Yeah, it's super creepy. We could get rid of some of the oddness in kind of this repeat, because that's when the pad kind of comes in. So we bring that down. Actually, we could just have that on the beat there, couldn't we? And just do something like this, because it's still going to have the delay there. And we'll do the same thing here. So when we get to that point, we're going to bring it down, because that's when the pad comes in a little more. Even though the pad's in the other ear, it's on the other side of the stereo pan. It's just about like letting things take over a little bit. There's other things that I think would be really fun to try out. So, for example, with Infinitone, trying out... This might be something that's more performance-based than kind of the way I tend to record MIDI, but we can kind of morph between these different tunings, and then you can kind of swap to a different one and then morph back to that, kind of like when you're crossfading between tracks, if you owned any kind of like scratching or sequencing and like with turntables. I think there's a fantastic opportunity to make stuff in these different tuning temperaments and really explore like the full breadth of what tuning can mean in the context of kind of Western traditional music. Because what I've done here is I've gone Baby's first tuning temperament a little bit, and I've just made something really creepy and kind of lo-fi, and I think you can achieve some really interesting stuff, like the a bit like Adam Neely's microtonal Christmas EP, if you remember that, which combined it was basically jazz reharmonizations of traditional festive songs, but then using a lot of microtonal chords and kind of chords between our normal sets of chords. So I think you could use this for that kind of thing. I think we could explore different kind of tuning traditions from around the world. I think there's loads in there, and it's, what is it? I think it retails at about £90, €90, something like that. It is this whole big universe of stuff that I don't think you're gonna. I think in particular, I could spend my life on this and not actually scratch the surface, really. I'm going to drop a little link in the chat there. It's $99. I'm not sure what that is in other currencies. There is also a free trial, which I think is 2 weeks. I'm not sure, but I think it is. 14-day free trial. There you go. Yeah, that's the stream. That's the whole stream. I'm done. I'm going to go sleep for a while because about the point where I had to do a bit of Googling there to work out what I was doing wrong. I started to feel quite sick. So I'm going to go enjoy being ill. My hand looks really small. Or is it just because it's over there? Yeah, I'm not doing so well. Have a wonderful weekend, people. I'm not going to be live on Saturday like I normally am, which is why I'm live today instead, because I'm doing a lot of filming, so I kind of need to sleep forever in order to, be alive for that. And the things we're filming you will probably not see on this channel. You'll probably see them on the Conversation Hat, the Conversation Hat or the Odd Creative YouTube channel. So if you want to go give them a little subscribe on YouTube, you will see our things. In fact, if you follow me on Instagram, that's probably the place where I'm going to post some of the production pictures. So it's LT Guitarist on Instagram for that. Have a lovely weekend, and I'll see you Monday, 8 PM GMT, the usual time. Take care.